Right now at 5, heavy rains flood parts of Kansas City, causing multiple water rescues.
And we've got more scattered storms this morning. We'll take a look at that and our weekend forecast coming up.
Plus, Mocan Dragway plans to blow out the candles on its birthday cake at 200 miles an hour.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now finally Friday in the 4 states, July the 18th, and very warm, muggy day yesterday after those storms. And we've got more showers and storms on the way. And we're going to start with a live look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Again, right now, not that much happening in the Pittsburgh area. Same on the Joplin side. We're looking at the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Range Line. And again, things looking good so far. However, as we take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, you'll see we do have some showers and thunderstorms out there. The good news is nothing strong, nothing severe, but still a fair amount of lightning once again with these storms, and that's going to be the main threat with them. In fact, we're looking at right now at least around 104 lightning strikes. Not as many as yesterday, but still you want to be cautious out there. So here's what we've got. A few heavier showers, rumbles of thunder just south of Chanute, west of Erie and Parsons, stretching down toward Mound Valley and Chautauqua, west of Oswego. Coffeyville, you're in between a couple of rounds of showers and storms. Sedan, back towards Cedarvale, and then heading back into Washington County and southern Nowata and Craig counties as well. These showers and storms will continue to push on into the area, and we had a round earlier this morning in northeastern Oklahoma. Kind of fizzled out. In fact, on the way here, saw some lightning from that. And then that lightning stopped, and that was simply because those storms fizzled out. But we have this new development here that's pushing in, and we're keeping an eye on new development taking place back behind this line. And it's going to continue to give us scattered storms through the morning and at least into the early afternoon, maybe noon, 1 o'clock at the latest. After that, it's going to be mostly cloudy for a while. Skies won't really start to clear until later this evening and into the overnight hours, and it is still going to be another very hot day here in the 4 states. Pretty warm this morning. Not as warm as yesterday, though. 73 in Joplin, 74 in Pittsburgh. And across the area, again, it's not as warm as it was yesterday, but still above normal. A little cooler, Monette, right where you should be at 70. The rest of us low to mid-70s. We got 76 is the warm spot over in Neodesha. Heading into the afternoon, or through the morning rather. By 9, still some scattered storms, upper 70s, mid 80s by noon. Storms coming to a close at that point. And it will make highs right about the low 90s. South winds 5 to 10. Heat index values today easily approaching 105. In fact, they will continue to do that as we head into the weekend because it is going to get downright hot. We'll talk about how hot it's going to get and how long that heat lasts here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, across Kansas City, Missouri, torrential rainfall had triggered dangerous flooding early yesterday morning. Fire crews performed 18 water rescues for people stranded in their vehicles. Now, since late Wednesday, more than 5 inches of rain has fallen across Kansas City, marking one of the wettest days on record in July. No injuries have been reported. And first responders managed to save a 4-legged resident from a house fire yesterday in Montgomery County. Reports of a structure fire at 6234 County Road 2300 came in around noon. The Neodesha Fire Department rescued a dog from the house and provided a pet oxygen mask. The dog was taken to veterinary office. Our community stories are often uncovered thanks to you over there. We invite you to share your news tips with us. You can scan the QR code and you'll be taken to a form where you can submit a tip quickly and easily. Your voice helps keep our community informed and connected. You can also, of course, do it online, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, it's that time of year once again in downtown Joplin. Third Thursday is back for its 18th season. This month's theme, as you can see, Waterfest. There were plenty of activities designed to help folks cool off. The city's premier community event runs every year from March through October, bringing together thousands each month to enjoy art, music, food, and family fun every third Thursday.
My personal favorite part is just us being able to experience the community with it. Like, we can go out there and we can go to an event and meet hundreds and thousands of new people and hear different stories and experience them with them.
If you missed out last night, mark your calendar for the next third Thursday, which is August 21st. And the theme for that one, the dog days of summer. Well, fair season continues in the 4 states. The Cherokee County Fair welcomed community members for its opening day yesterday. And yesterday morning, 4-H members were busy showing off their hard work and livestock.
When I was younger, my dad asked if I wanted to be in 4-H, and I told him yeah. And then I started off with showing rabbits, and then I wanted to do goats, and now that I'm just having fun with it, so.
The Cherokee County Fair runs through until tomorrow. And if you're in the mood for some high octane, or in this case, nitromethane entertainment this weekend, Mocan Dragway is celebrating its 63rd anniversary with their 3rd annual Nitro Chaos event. 20 professional racers will light up the drag strip this weekend. Tickets are $20 for Friday and $30 for Saturday. Kids 12 and under get in for free.
We're traditionally the anniversary race. Since the 60th anniversary we started this tradition, so this is the 3rd year in a row for Nitro Chaos to be here at Mocan, and we're delighted to be the headlining act for the big birthday show.
Gates open at 1 p.m. on Friday and 9 a.m. on Saturday. Now to look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. President Trump is now pushing to release the Epstein files and threatens to sue the Wall Street Journal. And we're tracking rain chances for today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, topping Nation Watch, new developments in the push to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. President Trump has asked his attorney general to get authorization from the court to release grand jury testimony in the case. It comes as the president is also threatening to sue the Wall Street Journal over claims that the president allegedly sent body letters to Epstein for his 50th birthday. Now, the House overnight approved the administration's request to cut billions of dollars in federal funding from foreign aid in public TV and radio just ahead of today's deadline. Jared Hill has more from New York.
For President Donald Trump, another shift on the Epstein files.
Whatever's credible, she can release.
The president says he's ordered Attorney General Pam Bondi to petition the courts to allow the release of any and all pertinent grand jury testimony related to the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. While Bondi says the DOJ could make the request as soon as today, approval could take some time. Overnight, President Trump also blasted a Wall Street Journal article that claims he sent Epstein a body note for his 50th birthday, featuring a doodle of a naked woman. Online, President Trump called the letter fake, writing it's not the way he talks and he doesn't draw pictures, threatening to sue the paper. Over the past few days, President Trump has criticized Republican interest in the Epstein case.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
On Capitol Hill, there's been a bipartisan push for transparency.
We obviously want the files released.
Meanwhile, just past midnight, the House passed the White House's rescissions package.
The resolution is adopted,
clawing back more than $9 billion in federal funding for foreign aid, NPR, and PBS.
We thought it was a waste of taxpayer funds.
The policy win amid a moment of medical transparency. The White House says President Trump has a benign and common vein condition known as chronic venous insufficiency, the diagnosis after getting checked for swelling in his legs. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Well, President Trump's physician says his exam did not reveal any evidence of a more serious condition like deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Now, he also maintains that the 79-year-old president is in excellent overall health. Meanwhile, President Trump is expected to sign legislation that regulates cryptocurrency today at the White House. Well, still to come, a Pittsburgh pharmacy is closing one of its locations. Find out what's behind the decision. Plus, Chris returns with another look at your Friday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, an emu on the loose narrowly escapes harm after darting in front of a police cruiser that was searching for it. And that cruiser's dash cam was rolling and caught the whole thing on camera. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
A cop's caught-on-cam close encounter with an escaped emu in Maine featured not just a near miss and a safe seizure, but some silly social media-worthy moments as well. Responding to reports of an escaped pet emu on the loose, Brunswick PD officers' reflexes were tested immediately when the giant bird darted in front of their cruiser, nearly getting hit in the process. Thankfully, the officers were able to safely capture it unharmed, but not before snapping some silly social media savvy shots used by the department to share the kooky collar on Facebook, where commenters dropped a flock of bird puns ranging from bad to worse, as well as references to the insurance hawking emu from the Liberty Mutual TV spots. But in the end, the bird was safe, the cops seemed amused, and may have even saved some money on their car insurance. From cops on duty with a big bird, to a big bird duty problem in a Minnesota lake. CARE reports that a new study says Augusta Lake is considered one of the state's dirtiest due to high levels of phosphorus caused by bird poop. A lot of bird poop. They say masses of migrating birds drawn to the lake's dead trees have exacerbated this putrid problem, which recently headlined a city hall meeting aimed at spitballing solutions. Who's hungry? Iowa's famous state fair is returning soon, and they've just debuted some new food. New items include butter cow tornadoes, a pickled chicken stick thingy, and even something called a ham ball, whatever that is. The new gluttonous gourmet grub will be available to taste, and finalists can be voted on starting August 7th. And don't worry, if these don't sound good, I think you can probably find something fried to eat. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Definitely some interesting fair treats. Let's head over now to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Glad that they brought up the whole emu thing. I was wondering where Doug was and why he didn't have that emu with him. Well, either way, they got him back safe, and we have more scattered storms pushing through the area this morning. We'll talk about those and the heat that's on the way when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Coming up on 5:20 on this Friday morning, we're going to start with Skywatch Storm Tracker once again. So we've got a few showers, some thunderstorms out there as well. Again, the good news is at this point, nothing strong, nothing severe. Some light showers starting to work into parts of Cherokee County, back toward Lebec County. Mountain Valley, you've got some heavier rain. Chautauqua, Oswego, you're up next. Parsons, Erie, you'll get in on it. Chanute, you're getting in on some of it. Fredonia, you are clear for the time being. Independence, Coffeyville, you got more showers and storms on your way, stretching back through parts of Chautauqua and Elk counties. A little bit of heavier rain out here as well. And again, we don't have as much lightning with these storms so far as we did yesterday, but still, you want to play it safe, be cautious out there, because the lightning is still dangerous, still deadly, whether the storms are severe or not. More shower storms, heavy rain stretching back into northeastern Oklahoma, south of Bartlesville, over toward Newada, Chelsea, Oolaga, and southwest of Anita. So if you're taking the Will Rogers Turnpike this morning down into Oklahoma, maybe headed to Tulsa, just be prepared for some rain. Then back out here across Osage County, we are keeping an eye on these showers and storms. I say keeping an eye, it's not because we're expecting them to intensify and get all crazy, but take a look at, again, roughly the last hour or so of development taking place out there. Not a lot, but it could just extend or bring additional shower and thunderstorm chances through the morning for us. So here's everything in motion. Had a complex of slow-moving storms coming through northeast Oklahoma early this morning. They fizzled out. This kind of has taken over as the predominant group of showers and storms, continuing to drift off to roughly the east-northeast, and it will give most of the southern half of our area some of these shower and storm chances. And take a look in this loop. We have a little shower die, and then we're getting some recycling there around the Chanute area as well. Once we get to about noon, 1 at the latest, we're done. That's it. It's over. Storms are out of here. Then it's going to start to get hot. In fact, the future track, the only thing it really has to show us is a few clouds here and there, and maybe some somewhat gusty winds as we head into Saturday. That's it. We even go into our Sunday, and it's pretty much the same thing. We're going to have just a few clouds here and there. We'll have a south breeze. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy across the area. So we're really back at that point. You've got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. If you got to do outside work this weekend, that you stay hydrated, find shade, take breaks. And if you don't have to be out, don't. Especially, again, if you know you're a little more sensitive to the heat than somebody else might be. Limit your time or stay inside if you can. I know it's a little boring, but we've got streaming services. We have KOAM Plus where you can watch us all the time, and who wouldn't want to do that? Everybody wants to do that, right? Okay. Here's those thunderstorm chances for us. Scattered through the morning, mid-70s by 8, low 80s by 11 o'clock. Don't get me wrong, when I'm at home, I don't like watching myself on TV. Like, I don't like it. I feel like I'm weird, and I know I am, but it's more weird to watch yourself. Low 90s for our highs today. Will be mostly cloudy initially. Skies will begin to clear a little later. Heat index values today up to about 105 with that south wind 5 to 10. And as we head into the evening hours, again, skies gradually clearing, eventually going mostly clear overnight. But look at these temperatures. Boo. Yeah, boo indeed. 81 still by 10, mid-70s tonight, so well above average for our overnight lows. South breeze still 5 to 10. Southwest winds tomorrow occasionally gusting to 20. Otherwise, a few clouds, hot, mid-90s out there as well. And you saw early Sunday, maybe a shower or two, and you can see the icon doesn't even reflect showers. That's how low the chance is, but it's there, I suppose. And we'll continue to heat up. These numbers are really terrible. I don't like them. I know you folks at home don't like them. I don't like any of those numbers, but we do really need to make sure that we're taking precautions and we're prepared to settle in truly to the dog days of summer over the next several days as we get close to 100 next week. That's a check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, Chris, thanks. Lindbergh Pharmacy.
I enjoy working here in the sense of we're all a family for the same end goal.
Mallory Gazaway is a pharmacy clerk at Lindbergh Pharmacy in Pittsburgh. She says she loves working.
Yeah. Well, Brandy Wolf says she plans to consolidate her staff to the South Campus, and gastrointestinal cancer among people younger than 50 is rising at an alarming rate worldwide. A study published in JAMA found GI cancer, which includes colorectal, pancreatic, gastric, and esophageal cancers, are the fastest growing cancers among young people. All the reasons for the increase are still being studied. Major contributors to the diseases can include obesity, poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, and smoking and alcohol use. Well, many people are wary about their doctors using AI. A study published in JAMA showed patients ads for doctors, including some ads that mention the doctors use AI. Patients saw the doctors who use AI as less competent, less trustworthy, and less empathetic. The study says doctors need to communicate with patients about how and why they use AI. And cancer patients who get COVID booster shots are hospitalized far less than patients who didn't. The study by Cedars-Sinai Medical Center showed that cancer patients were 29% less likely to be hospitalized or be admitted to the ICU if they got their booster shot. The findings are a reminder that regular COVID vaccines are life-saving for people with weakened immune systems. That's a look at this morning's top health stories. Stick around. We'll be right back. Right now at 5:30, young builders head to Pitt State to take part in a construction camp.
And Mother Nature building more storms for us again this morning. We'll have a look at your forecast and talk about those storms coming up.
Plus, local and regional libraries gear up for a new read on Carthage native Belle Starr.
Four States' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's just coming up on 5:29. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It's a finally Friday in the four states, July the 18th. And of course, the big thing, man, I woke up to it. I think everybody here has woken up to it. And if you haven't checked your phone yet.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, man, the whole Coldplay concert situation, the guy with his wife's best friend at the concert, and they had if you haven't checked social media yet, that's all you need to do is open your Facebook. You'll see it, and then he issues a statement.
What a way to get caught.
Yeah, saying that he was expecting privacy, was not without his permission, basically. I'm like, dude, you're at a public event, man.
Just own it.
Well, if you want more information on it, check out your Facebook. If you're laying in bed watching us, just scroll through. You'll see plenty on it, and you'll also get to see some of the information on our thunderstorm chances today. In fact, you'll get live real-time information right now now with a live look from downtown Pittsburgh. Starting to see some of the lightning from these storms that are still off to our west. Not seeing too much because there's cloud layers between here and there, but we've seen a couple of flashes. So we've got our Pittsburgh camera pointed back toward those storms. MoDOT camera, 32nd in range line, looking good this morning as well. Joplin's still dry at this point, but take a look at the Skywatch storm tracker. Here come those storm chances. Again, nothing strong, nothing severe. Keeping an eye on all of this just in case, but not anticipating anything out there to get too crazy. We had a little shower or a little storm here just a little while ago by Chanute, kind of started to break up, and so it's generated new development though around the Chanute area. We had some heavy rain back toward Thayer, just to the west of Parsons and around Cherryvale, stretching toward Altamont and to the southwest of Oswego, Chautauqua. Coffeyville, Independence, getting some showers and some moderate showers out there. And then the heavier thunderstorms still back across Chautauqua County, stretching back into parts of northeastern Oklahoma, down toward Talala and Oolaga. So just outside of our area. But if you're taking the Will Rogers Turnpike, maybe your commute this morning or your journey or whatever it is you're doing is going to take you down toward Tulsa. Just be prepared for some rain. Watch out for those wet spots. You do not want to hydroplane because these storms are producing a fair amount of heavy rain. So we had some groups of storms early this morning. Northeastern Oklahoma tried to sneak into southwest Missouri. They kind of died out. This has become the dominant batch, but we're also getting back across Osage County some additional development of some little shower storms out there. So again, not expecting anything strong to severe. We'll keep an eye on it just in case, but the big thing is going to be the lightning. Of course, it's still dangerous, still deadly, whether the storm is strong or severe or not. And the heavy rain that these storms are producing, as you can see, especially through Chautauqua County, they're not moving very fast. So you also want to watch out for that potential for maybe some flash flooding here and there. Into the afternoon, though, by noon, 1 o'clock at the absolute latest, and Future Track has them gone actually earlier than that, which is still a possibility. We're done with the storms. And we'll be mostly cloudy initially into the afternoon, but as we head late afternoon and into the early evening hours, our skies will begin to clear and temperatures heating up once again across the area for us today. We're already at 73 in Joplin, 74 in Pittsburgh. So we're not as warm this morning as we were yesterday. We had some locations yesterday getting close to 80 degrees at this time. So we are better. Monette, you are right where you should be at 70. That's our average low right now. The rest of us, we've got low to mid 70s. So things are not bad. They're above normal, but not terribly above normal. And again, not quite as hot as it was yesterday. All right, scattered storm chances, 9 a.m. through, again, maybe noon. We'll be upper 70s by 9, mid 80s by noon. Now, of course, some of our northern counties, you may not get much in the way of rain. Should still get some of the cloud cover, so it should help slow down your temperature rise, but you might get a little warmer today. Otherwise, we are looking generally at highs into the low 90s, south breeze 5 to 10, and our heat index values today easily reaching 105 degrees. So you got to go back to staying hydrated, taking care of yourself out there. And you're going to have to do that over the next several days, and we'll go over those details. And, of course, take a look at our weekend forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, regional and public libraries take aim at a new book about Carthage native Belle Starr. Belle Starr, the truth behind the Wild West legend, will hit the shelves of local and regional libraries thanks to an anonymous donation of 250 copies. The author, Michael Wallace, is signing each copy of the donated books.
So they'll be in Jasper County, Cherokee County, Ottawa County. And what a great span of road that is just in and of itself. And going to the libraries, going to children who need to learn about history. Because if you don't learn about your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Michael Wallace will also be talking about his book at Livery Drought House at Red Oak today. Well, drills, saws, and construction workers have built stock houses and are now building a bench. All this is designed to give kids a hands-on learning experience and a whole lot of fun.
Our objective is just to help young people have something to do in the summertime and to learn. Like today, I gave him a quiz over tools. Oh my goodness, they knocked it out of the park. They probably knew more tools than most adults do. And that's what we want. We want them to get excited about doing construction, but also feel like they know more about construction.
Each camper got to take home a Birdhouse. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Retail sales bounce back in the month of June with strong gains across multiple categories, plus thousands of roll-in Power Stick antiperspirant deodorant has been recalled due to safety issues. We'll have the details. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch, more Americans opened their wallets last month. The latest Commerce Department data shows that U.S. retail sales ticked up a better than expected 0.6% in June. That follows a 0.9% drop in May. Car sales jumped 1.2%. Clothing, gardening equipment, and sporting goods also saw a positive bump. Fans of Love Island USA and the Premier League will soon have to pay more in order to tune in. Peacock is raising prices by $3 for subscribers starting next week. The Peacock Premium package will go to $10.99 per month, and the Premium Plus level will be $16.99. The company is also testing a new select tier for $7.99 a month, which is expected to include some current NBC and Bravo seasons along with some other titles. And more than 67,000 cases of roll-on Power Stick antiperspirant deodorant have been recalled. The recall includes Spring Fresh and Powder Fresh scents. Now, the FDA did not specify the exact issues with the product, though it says it does not meet the agency's current good manufacturing practice regulations. Well, if you've headed to the movie theater this month, you may have noticed something a little different right before the feature. AMC just joined two of its biggest competitors in adding even more advertisements on the big screen. It's the latest play by struggling movie theater chains working to regain their financial footing after pandemic closures and Hollywood strikes. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
At a theater near you,
Eyes up here.
something new is soaring onto the silver screen. Commercials.
Oh no!
This July, AMC became the latest movie theater chain to introduce ads right before the main attraction.
It's a way for them to bring in revenue without inflicting a higher ticket price on consumers.
Rebecca Rubin, a senior film reporter for Variety, says business is tough across the movie theater industry. This winter, AMC reported its worst quarter since 1996, not counting COVID closures. When competitors Regal and Cinemark added commercials in premium spots back in 2019, AMC resisted. But fast forward to 2025,
I need you to trust me.
the nation's largest movie theater chain reportedly acknowledged commercials have not had a direct impact on attendance at the other chains. But with reserved seating and AMC now officially telling moviegoers the film won't start for 25 to 30 minutes after the listed showtime, what's the benefit to advertisers?
Premium or a platinum placement puts it closer to the movie's start time, and so there's more of a chance of those auditorium seats being filled and people actually having their eyeballs on these spots.
Movie theaters are deploying a variety of strategies to get people back in the multiplex, whether that's expanded food options, discount days, or exclusive and expensive popcorn buckets.
We're here to save everything.
While movie box office revenue is improving, data from media analysts The Numbers show last year theaters sold about 40% fewer tickets than in 2019.
Because everything now you can just rent on TV.
We kind of more prefer the movie night in at home in the comfort of your own couch.
Still drawing crowds? IMAX.
Having a premium, huge screen makes you feel like you're in the movie. That is something that people have been willing to spend more money on.
Go big or stay home. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Well, analysts say the movie industry is still working to get back to the regular clip of releasing movies. They still haven't returned to pre-COVID production levels, part of why some believe interest and attendance are down. That's a look at Consumer Watch. Now let's head over to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we are continuing to track scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area this morning. We'll talk about how long they'll last and how hot it's going to get over the next few days when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Well, an iconic soda brand could soon be making a change. Details in today's AgDay Minute.
I'm Michelle Rook with today's AgDay Minute.
President Trump says Coca-Cola has agreed to use real cane sugar in its flagship soft drink in the U.S. instead of high fructose corn syrup. However, a Coca-Cola spokesperson did not confirm the change, saying instead, "We appreciate President Trump's enthusiasm for our iconic Coca-Cola brand. More details on new innovative offerings within our Coca-Cola product range will be shared soon." The president and CEO of the Corn Refiners Association told me the shift would depress U.S. corn prices as a third of the total volume of refined corn goes into high fructose corn syrup. Fellow soft drinker maker PepsiCo is reporting better than expected second quarterly results. It says results were driven by a steady demand for its sodas and snacks in the U.S. and other major markets. The company had previously warned that heightened macro and consumer uncertainties could be a drag on its business in the U.S. And if you love apricots, a farm in Patterson, California would love you to visit. Fantazi Farms was on track to sell most of its apricots to its usual buyer, but just days before the harvest, the buyer pulled out. Now they're left with 400 tons of fresh apricots. That adds up to roughly 32,000 boxes. They've sold some boxes of apricots and donated others to food banks. They're still trying to sell what they can through YouPick. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on this station or get updates at agweb.com.
Let's head over now to Chris for a full look at today's forecast.
Yeah, we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there in our western counties. As for how far east they'll make it, we're still keeping an eye on that. We do have these storms stretching from around Chanute back toward Parsons, Oswego, and then eventually over toward Independence, Coffeyville, in the Elk and Chautauqua counties. And we've got the heavier rain, the main thunderstorm activity on this line here into northeastern Oklahoma. So we also have some storms attempting to redevelop back behind this activity right here into Osage County and then back to the northwest of Tulsa. So we'll continue to monitor it. We're not expecting anything strong or severe. We'll still keep an eye on it just in case, but we're looking at just general thunderstorms. But the other concern is just the volume of lightning. More than 100 strikes with this activity here. So again, just play it safe. The lightning, of course, still dangerous, still deadly, even if the storms are not strong or severe. So here's a loop on it. We had some storms earlier this morning, northeast Oklahoma. I tried to get into Arkansas, Missouri, but they kind of died out, and this became the dominant line of storms out here. And you can see the development that's taking place back behind it and more further down to the southwest. But we'll have these scattered storms continue to push through this morning, and it will last at least until maybe 11 o'clock, noon, maybe, depending on how much redevelopment we get. Could last as late as 1. Now, Future Track here believes these storms may be done as early as about 11 or so, but there's still that chance with some of that redevelopment, especially in our southern counties, that we could get a few lingering storms a little later than that. Outside of that, though, if you're north of it, you'll still at least be getting some of the cloud cover, which will help keep your temperatures down at least for a moment. That's going to start to clear out later this evening and overnight, and it's going to start to heat up for us as well. And it will continue to stay hot as we head into our Saturday. We're looking at just a few clouds. We'll have some gusty southwest winds out there, occasionally pushing 20 miles an hour, but otherwise it's mostly sunny skies and it's mostly hot across the region as well. And we head into Sunday, it's much of the same. Could get an isolated pop-up shower or storm out there, but the chances are very low. And I mean very low, but there might be one or two of those as we head into Sunday afternoon. The clouds, though, from the storms to the west, leading to a beautiful view of the sunrise this morning. It's, of course, our camera at 7th and Range Line. It's just absolutely gorgeous coloring out there. Mid-70s to start, low 80s by 11 o'clock this morning, our scattered storm chances. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on the complex that's out there to the west. Some expectations, again, think that it may kind of die out in the next hour or so, and it's not moving a lot. So that's a possibility. But the other side is that we could get some of that redevelopment, and it holds together through the first half of our day before we do eventually clear out rolling into the afternoon. We know for sure that by the afternoon we should be done with showers and storms. Low 90s out there for our highs. South breeze 5 to 10. Heat index values today easily approaching 105. We head into the evening. Again, skies gradually clearing out. Mostly clear, but these temperatures are not so pleasant. Low 80s by 10 o'clock tonight. Mid to even upper 70s for our overnight lows tonight. South breeze still 5 to 10. Again, gusty southwest winds tomorrow. Mid 90s, maybe even some upper 90s. Same on Sunday. Temperatures continue to climb, and we stay hot and dry as we roll into the next work week as well. Take a look at those highs. I know we don't want to, but we have to. Next Saturday could be 99 Then remember, we have a large coverage area. That's an average. We could have highs into the triple digits as we head into the second half of next week, which means our heat index values will be climbing as well. So please make sure you're staying hydrated, taking care of yourself, checking on the elderly, the pets, the kids. Don't let them outside too long, especially the kids, because they don't understand it. They just want to go play. So just be sure you're taking care of yourself, staying hydrated, because it's going to get downright hot. That is a check of your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with sports.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs received some unexpected news on the investigation of a legal situation surrounding wide receiver Rashee Rice.
Every inch of that reach.
30 days of jail time and 50 years probation after his involvement in a multi-car accident last year, where police say he was going 119 miles an hour in his Lamborghini. According to the Dallas County District Attorney's Office, the Chiefs receiver has pleaded guilty to 2 third-degree felonies, collision involving serious bodily injury, and racing on a highway causing bodily injury. The judge ruling that Rice can serve the jail time at any point during his probation and received deferred adjudication, meaning the case will be dismissed if he completes his probation. As the legal side of things have played out, the NFL will move towards handling Rice a suspension for his off-the-field actions. According to sources, the Chiefs believe that Rice may get a suspension of 2 to 4 games. Well, on behalf of his counsel, Royce West, Rice released the following statement, in part saying, "Last March, I was involved in a high-speed chase in Dallas. There have been a lot of sleepless my actions caused, and I will continue working within my means to make sure that everyone impacted will be made whole." And the statement continues with Rice saying, "I am profoundly sorry for the physical damages to person and property. I fully apologize for the harm I caused." Now, the Joplin Outlaws dropped both games of Wednesday's doubleheader, marking only the second time this season that they've lost back-to-back games. The Outlaws entering last night with their sight on getting back in the win column. Outlaws looking to split the 4-game series with the Marshals. Bottom of the first, Joplin trailing 4-0. Landon Midget grounds up one the middle. Ravon Morgan scores from third. Midget gets on base with an error later in the inning. Now 4-2, Garrett Springer hits a chopper through the left side. Midget rounds a third and scores an RBI base knock from Springer. Half of the second, Jace Midget on a third after getting a base with a walk-on. Well, after trailing by 4 runs in the early going, the Outlaws complete the comeback, scoring 9 of the game's last 10 runs to win. 9-6 over the Marshals. Merkel Turner and Garrett Springer each driving in a pair of runs. The Nevada Griffins were also in action yesterday evening, picking up a big win over the Jefferson City Renegades 10-6 as they look to punch their ticket to the Mink League playoffs with 2 games remaining this week. They lead the Sedalia Bombers by a game and a half. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back. Well, Milk Manufacturer is serving up plenty of smiles with emoji-themed cheese to celebrate its 10th anniversary. These treats are dubbed Emochlies, a hybrid of the words emoji and cheese. Now, they feature the classic smiley face with hard eyes, the nerd with glasses, and the savoring food face. Milk Moon Cheese CEO says they wanted to come up with something special that communicates the company's values. Well, calling all caviar lovers, Friday is a day to celebrate. It's National Caviar Day. Caviar, which is derived from sturgeon fish eggs, has become a luxury over the years. But a scarcity from over-harvesting has forced environmental restrictions to be put in place. The sturgeon population has been very slow to recover, so the National Day was created to raise awareness of the problem, but also to celebrate the delicacy itself. Enjoy caviar on a blini or toast, or however you like it.
Well, I don't like it at all. There was okay, here's the nerd moment, but there's a Star Trek episode where they have this guy on board. He's a Klingon, and they're trying to have him sample all this good food, right? Well, caviar was one of them, and he looks at it and he sniffs and he goes, "The odor is not palatable. What is it?" And he explains what it is. He didn't like it. I don't like it, and that's why the sturgeon population is struggling. We're eating all their eggs.
I don't even know what to say.
All right. Well, hey, look at this, though. Is that not beautiful? Hopefully, you've probably been staring at that, not really listening to me rant here this morning, or go on and on. But I'll tell you the weather. This is the part you want to know. Mid-70s to start, low 80s by 11. Scattered storms. We still have them out there. Still some questions as to how much longer they're going to last. So right now, the expectation is they should stick around through about the noon hour. They may fizzle out a little earlier. They might try and stick around a little later, so we'll just watch them. Not expecting anything strong or severe, though. Low 90s for our highs today, and heat index values easily approaching 105. We'll have gradually clearing skies through the evening. Not so pleasant temperatures through the evening or overnight. Mid to upper 70s, so we should be about 70, so well above average. Then temperatures continue to climb. A little breezy tomorrow. We've got those clear skies, hot conditions, temperatures next week approaching 100, which means we could have heat index values even higher than that, maybe as close as 110. So just make sure you're staying hydrated and take care of yourself over the next several days. That's a check of your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.